April 1st, 2020. Happy Wednesday. My name's Tom Yakopin, and this is the Tom Yakopin podcast, also known as Yakopinions, right? Always keep in mind, these are just my opinions, my observations, and my platform to vent and maybe think with you. But anyway, welcome aboard. I don't know how many of you had the opportunity to view the President of the United States briefing last night with Dr. Fauci and Dr. Birx. I did. And if you've been following my podcast and following me through the coronavirus, which I had no idea that when we launched this, we were going to be thrust into such a huge and unusual situation, right? At any rate, here we are. And up until now, I've had questions. I just want you to know I've had questions. I felt like when Dr. Fauci has spoken in the past, he was tethered or maybe under pressure. Is he saying the right thing or the wrong thing, and not wanting to be politicized? But at any rate, I can only say this, that last evening, I felt that the President of the United States and his staff, Vice President Mike Pence, in particular, Dr. Fauci and Dr. Birx, really were untethered and able to speak from their heart, and came loaded for bear with some very reasonable facts, statistics, which, again, my opinion on statistics and modeling. And they came clean with that last night and really talked about modeling and the fact that these are based on assumptions, okay? And it's very important that the factual information, the right assumptions, are in the models, or they can be skewed. But at any rate, at the end of the day, I went to bed and woke up this morning and I thought, I'll give them my best 30 days. I see the ramifications clearer as far as what could have happened if we chose to do nothing. Those numbers are frankly staggering, and I can't confirm or deny them, but at some point you have to trust leaders, and I have no reason not to trust either Dr. Fauci or Dr. Birx. So I'm going to go with their opinion and buckle down, and for my country, for my community, for my family, for my neighbors, I want to do the right thing and practice healthy lifestyle, social distancing, and want to encourage you to do the same. Okay, so that's my intro for today. And I was thinking, as much as I want to get away from coronavirus, and I don't want to talk about the problem anymore. We know we have a problem. We now know what the problem is. And as a country, we've been given a prescription. So I'm marching, right? But I'd like to talk about a solution for a select group of people, and that is in particular the self-employed today. I don't know how many of you know what I do professionally. Of course, years ago when I was a young buck, right, got out of high school, and one of the first things I did was audition to play the drums in a rock band, because actually what my career aspirations were, I just wanted to be a successful drummer in a rock and roll band. That didn't work out. I got married, had children, and then oddly enough, got into the insurance business, which is a fun story we'll have to tell you about sometime. But my insurance business has grown over the years, and mostly in large part because I decided to focus on serving the self-employed. We do medical benefits, health insurance, dental, accident, disability, critical illness, life, things of that nature, primarily for the small business owner or self-employed. And those individuals right now, you have to think, you have to feel for them. I mean, if you are deemed a non-essential business in Pennsylvania, and you're a painting contractor or a roofer, or you run a restaurant, a small restaurant or whatever, man, your life just got tough. And I want all of you self-employed men and women to know is that if there's anything I can do, I'm in your corner. Whether it's a phone call, tips, pointers. I know a lot of really successful entrepreneurs and like to think that I'm doing okay as well, and I've seen some storms, trust me. And that's some stuff I wanted to share with you today. But I think there are some practical resources. I highly recommend you check out the Pennsylvania Chamber of Commerce, and then the Department of Treasury. Look for the CARE Act. Okay, I think that's what it is, the CARE or CARES Act, and that's really this new stimulus bill, and it'll define for you some of the things. There's a paycheck protection provision in there where you can apply for an SBA loan. But the first thing I want to say to you as small business owners, self-employed, is you really got to guard your heart and and your mind. And some things that I have considered when facing challenges as a small business owner. And number one is one of my author mentors, Napoleon Hill, often is quoted as saying, in the midst of any adversity or every adversity is the seed of equal or greater opportunity. I want to challenge you right now to look for opportunities. I think there is always a provision. And so, the interesting thing to a time like this is it might actually reveal ways to serve or solve problems in your business that maybe you've just never seen before, And so coming out of it, you might have two ways of doing business. I think a lot of our food service providers, small restaurants, things of that nature, they're probably learning a brand new way of doing business with the curbside delivery, et cetera, and I realize not all are doing that, but I'm just saying, really gird up your mind and decide to look for the good in this situation, because there exists some. Okay, there's always an upside to these situations. So it is mastering your mind. The other thing that I can tell you when presented with some very interesting challenges in my life is nothing is ever as bad as it first seems. So if you need to just take a day or two and step away, maybe go up to the mountains, and walk rails to trails, or wherever you go, build a fire with your buddies, throw a few back and discuss things. I think what will happen is once you get your head on straight, you will be able to navigate these waters. I think the stimulus monies are going to be helpful, and I do highly recommend be proactive, okay, as much as you can. Be proactive. Look for these resources. The SBA is a good one. Again, they have, I've heard somewhere in the neighborhood of $350 billion for this paycheck protection program under the stimulus bill. And again, that is readily available online. The step-by-step procedures where you can get a simplified, fully guaranteed government loan. And I've even heard there are some forgiveness provisions to these loans that you're going to want to know about. If for any reason you need help, if you're in fear of losing your medical benefits, or you got laid off and you don't have them and you need help with that, let me help you. Or let me recommend West Penn Life and Health. You can visit us online at westpennlife.com. Brand new website there, easy to learn about us, request a quote, or you can call the office 724-228-7187, and we can help you with hospitalization, how to navigate the waters. If you've been laid off, maybe you're looking at COBRA, you're concerned, you're afraid. There's a lot of possibilities, okay? So check out these resources online. United States Department of Treasury. There's a lot of good information on this new stimulus bill, this CARES Act. Go to the SBA, Small Business Administration. Look for their simplified loans. They use various lenders in the community. You might want to check and see if your lender is SBA approved. But those would be two proactive steps where you can get cash flow, and cash is king during times like these. My name's Tom Yakopin, and this is the Tom Yakopin Podcast. Thanks for joining me. Keep your chin up, your shoulders back. Let's go forward. Bye for now.